Hello everybody! So today I am doing the third video in the series of how to find your career happiness. Firstly, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who's watched the first two videos about the 2 keywords that can help with your career happiness, and yesterday I spoke about your purpose and your why. Anybody who is watching at the moment, please say hello. I will, do a little shout out to you. It'd be great to see who's watching right now, and I can say hi to you. But today, how to find your, career happiness. We're going to be talking about strategies of dealing with unhappiness at work. And one of the reasons why I wanted to cover this, and one of the reasons why this comes up with a lot of the women that I speak to, is because many of you who are dealing with unhappiness at work, like I was myself, you can't leave your work right away. You need to have another plan. You need to have something tangible that you can actually be doing next. Whether that be finding a new job, going on a sabbatical, changing your career, whatever it is, you need to have a plan B, right? And in order to sort of plan for plan B, you need to make some time and space. And, statistics say it takes roughly 6 months to a year to find a new job if you're looking for a new job. And so in that time, obviously, if you're looking to leave your job for another job, you have a notice period, and there are lots of other things that come into play. So this is all about coping mechanisms and helping you deal with the unhappiness for hopefully a short period of time, because it's not a realistic option for everyone to leave their job straight away. And it's important that people don't necessarily quit their job if they can't, for financial reasons and for other reasons. So let's get started. So the first strategy that I want to share with you is sort of all about how to, think about balancing yourself and think about sort of how to center yourself. Hello, whoever is on, please say hello. All about balancing yourself and all about centering yourself. And what I mean by that is anybody who is going to work every day who is feeling really, really fed up and really, angry, maybe at your boss, maybe your boss is a bully, maybe your colleagues bring you down, whatever it is, you may be going to work with a lot of anger and with a lot of, oh my God, how am I going to get through this, day? I don't know what to do. So, one of the ways of dealing with that is through meditation. And, the way that I would suggest that you implement this is you research and you think about the ways of meditation that can help you. Obviously, you've got guided meditation. I use guided meditation because it helps me. It keeps me centered. I do 5 to 10 minutes of guided meditation in the morning. It is a non-negotiable thing that I always do, and it just keeps me centered and balanced, right? And the reason why this particular strategy can help anyone who is particularly stressed in an unhappy work environment or job is that if they know they need to be dealing with lots of work when they have to get to the office, it will just give them that time to have a little bit of, their own time, me time, for like 5-10 minutes before they go to the office, and just get into that zone of being like, whatever comes today, whatever my boss says, whatever anybody says to me, I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to be okay for each day as long as I need to be there. I mean, this is a strategy that you can also use if you have, quite a long notice period, let's say 3 months. Some people do have 3-month notice periods before they leave their job and go to another one. So I've mentioned guided meditation. You can also do meditations where you say certain mantras, and you can do affirmations where you sort of say things to yourself to make yourself feel more confident and feel better about yourself. And you can even practice mindfulness on the train when you're commuting to work, so that you can just get into that zone of just knowing that however long you need to be dealing with unhappiness at work, it is only temporary. Remember that, right? And you are going to go into better, brighter things. Okay, so that's the first one, meditation. The second one is for maybe those of you who are not sure whether or not meditation is for you, but don't knock it till you try it, is what I always say. Just at least try it. But the second one is for those of you who maybe don't have anybody that you can actually talk to. I mean, you may have tried to talk to you feeling unhappy at work and you carrying around all these emotions and feelings of anxiety and stress and overwhelm with your friends, with your family, with your partner, but maybe it's just not getting through to them in the way that you want, and maybe they're just thinking, oh my god, this person's just being really melodramatic and what the heck are they going on about? So the other way to express your emotions is through journaling and writing down how you are feeling. And, you know, when you do this exercise, be completely honest with yourself about how exactly you're feeling. So if you've had a really, really horrible day where suppose you've been ignored at work, this is something that's happened with a lot of my clients, it's happened to me, and nobody's spoken to you, or, you know, you've been sent emails and you're being blamed for things that you haven't done, or you're feeling really, really angry that you've just been overloaded with work and you feel really, really upset, and maybe you've had to go and, you know, go off and cry in the toilet or whatever it is. Write it all down. Write it all down, right, is what I would suggest. And if you're feeling in a very negative space every single day, what I would suggest is when you're in, oh, hello, whoever's on, if you're on, please say hello, hello. When you're in a more centered place, read it back. And when I say centered place, is if you're feeling, oh, hi Lucy, if you're feeling already sort of really, really like overwhelmed and really negative, there's no good, you know, reading it and feeling more negative and more crap about how you're feeling. So read it when you're, you know, at the weekend and reflect. And if you're thinking, oh my god, did I really, like, was I really that upset? Was I really, really crying? Oh my god, this is really bad. I need to do something about this. And the reason why I'm suggesting this is because many people who I actually speak to, many people who come to me through the Career Happiness Mentor, I am sometimes the first person that they speak to about their career unhappiness, because to be honest with you, sometimes they don't have anybody to talk to, and, you know, journaling is the next best thing. Getting out your feelings on paper and getting it on there and just expressing it is, you know, so, so important. So read it back to yourself in a few days after you do your entries and just think, okay, hang on a second. I'm in a better place right now. It's actually not that bad, but I still need to do something about this because it's not getting better. So that's the second tip. The third tip is exercise. So as I've expressed lots of emotions about anger, bitterness, you know, maybe you feel really, 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 really angry. Yeah, yes, I bottle up a lot of my unhappiness inside. Well, the next tip is going to be sort of expressing some of those emotions that you see. So that's a good one. That's really, really good. Yeah, you do bottle it up. And the next one is about sort of not necessarily expressing, but sort of, you know, getting rid of that, you know, pent-up aggression you feel. Because when I was unhappy at work, I was very, very anxious all the time. And I was really like, OMG, like, so, how can I put it? So like anxious about seeing my work colleagues and reading my emails, because my work was filtering in to the days I had off. So I was just feeling really, really overwhelmed. So the next tip is all about exercise. So the reason why I suggest exercise as a tip is because many of you go to the gym and have gym memberships, but maybe you're not going, right? And when you're exercising, scientists actually say that when we actually exercise, we feel happier and we feel lighter about our mood. And in general, what happens is, you know, we get a buzz and we get a kick of adrenaline and it just kind of sorts us out. So when you're feeling really, really crap about yourself and, you know, you're having lots of negative energy coming your way, doing the exercise can make you feel really, really upbeat, really, really great, and you kind of think, wow, you know what? And to be honest, if it helps, if you're doing boxing or something quite intensive, if you do have this bully boss, or if you do have somebody at work who you really, really can't stand, imagine maybe just punching them, you know, as a psychological thing of getting out your anger. It will really help. You might be thinking that sounds over the top and totally crazy, but seriously, it will help. So the next tip is exercise. And the last one that I want to suggest is for those of you who feel as though you don't have any fun in your life, because when you're in overwhelm and when you're in a job where you're so unhappy and you're feeling really, really like horrible about yourself, as I was, and as many of the women I speak to feel, because they feel as though their work-life balance just goes out the window when they're unhappy at work. The next thing I would say is bring some fun into your life. Do something fun. Whether that be, going on a day trip with your partner, having a girly night where you give each other facials, or you go to a spa, going to the cinema, doing something that lights you up as a person, doing something where you feel as though, you know what, this is actually making me happy and this is actually making me feel better. Even if that means going for a massage, and having that much needed you time that you need. And the reason why I'm suggesting this is because we just need that time out sometimes to really, really put us into the mood. One thing I wouldn't suggest in terms of fun is maybe, going out on a night out and drinking too much alcohol, and not in a negative way. Sometimes, you think that the odd drink will help, but if you're already feeling pretty crappy about yourself, sometimes alcohol doesn't help. So think about something that's going to light you up and lift you up, not something that's going to bring you down in doing something fun, okay? So those are the 4 tips that I would suggest in terms of helping you cope with your career unhappiness. I'll go through them again very, very quickly. The first one was meditation to keep you centered and aligned every day. The second one was journaling in terms of expressing how you feel and getting your emotions out there if you don't have anyone else to speak to. The next one was exercise. So if you have any anger or if you have any bitterness, trapped inside of you, getting that out and feeling happier. And the last one was doing something fun, so that, you have something to look forward to and you're not always pondering about the unhappiness at work. So, that's my video for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing with you what your future looks like with career happiness. And what I mean by that is tomorrow I'm going to be looking at how you can visualize it, how you can actually picture what your career happiness is going to project, how it's going to look. It is possible. You might be sitting there thinking, yeah, but Soma, if I'm already like career unhappy, how am I even going to project that? You can project it. There are things you can do, there are elements and ways of implementing it. And remember, on Friday I am also going to be sharing the actions that you need to take in order to, get to where you need to be next. So we'll be, looking and sharing that with you. So first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who's been tuning in. It's been so amazing doing this, and I really, really hope that today's tips were useful. And thank you, Lucy, for watching as well. And anyone else who catches up on the replay, please, put a comment below, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So I'm gonna love you and leave you now, and thanks for watching. Bye.